Good afternoon, girls. So we are going to do lesson number 2 of P12. Last lesson I have given you the booklets. Only a few people who need colored booklets, so they need the colored booklet. So if you can use a blank paper to do the today's lesson, and next lesson I will try my best to provide you the colored booklet. We are doing lesson number 2, which is about the relationship between period and frequency. Last lesson we did the types of wave, longitudinal wave and transverse wave. I hope you could remember what we have done last lesson. So if you could quickly do the starter work, and if you can't remember the definition on the top of your head, you can turn the pages back of the previous lesson and then you can find out these definitions from the previous lesson. So you can pause this video for 5 minutes, and I am sure you will get all of these definitions and answers from the previous lessons. So you can turn over your booklets and try to find out your answer. After 5 minutes, you can resume this video back to check your answers. So you can mark your answers. Well done for that. On the screen, the last answer is not showing up. So what does it mean by oscillation? It means vibration, to and fro motion. If you have written to and fro motion, if you have written back and forward motion, that's still okay. If you have written front and backward movement, that's still fine. So oscillation is another word for vibration. So all are good, correct. Well done if you could remember all of these definitions. All right, now today's lesson is about frequency. So last lesson we learned about transverse waves and longitudinal wave. So today we are going to learn about frequency. What does it mean by frequency? So frequency words comes from the English word frequent. We often use that how frequent you go for shopping or how frequent you do this task. So frequent means how many times. The frequency means, when we talk about the frequency of the wave, we means that number of waves passing any point each second. In simple words, how many waves are passing through certain point in 1 second. So if you could see the picture on the screen, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 waves are passing through this point. So it means my frequency is 4. And what is the unit? So this is the definition of the equation for the definition, that number of waves passing through a point in like divided by time. And the frequency unit, it is measured in hertz. The short form of hertz is Hz. 1 wave per second equals 1 hertz. And how many waves are passing through in this picture? As I said, 4 hertz. Remember that. You can highlight this information in your booklet. Everything is written in your booklet. If you don't have your booklet with you, you can write down this definition on the piece of paper in front of you. Again, this is the information in your booklet. Frequency is defined as the number of complete wave cycles per second. Don't confuse the word with wave cycle. Cycle means like how many waves, complete waves. So don't get confused. That's the same thing. So the example, in a wave of 50 hertz means 50 complete waves passing through 1 point in 1 second. If the frequency is 0.5 hertz, it means half wave is passing through that certain point. Again, simple words, how many waves are passing through a certain point. And the symbol for frequency is F, and the unit for frequency is hertz. So you can highlight all of this information in your booklet. Okay, the next thing is time period. So time period means how much time is required to pass one wave through a point. So this is opposite of frequency. So how much time is required when a wave will pass through one point. So that's why we say that time period and frequency are inversely proportional to each other, opposite to each other. The unit for time period is second. We all know that we measure time in second. The symbol for second is S. So there is a relationship between frequency and time. So as I told you, they are reciprocal of each other. So frequency and time must always multiply together to equal 1. So frequency equals 1 divided by time period, or time period equals 1 divided by frequency. Don't get confused with the word period. Period means time period or time. It's the same thing. Right, again, I'm saying the whole lesson is on that relationship frequency and time. And also you must understand what is the frequency, you must recall what is the time period, and the relationship is opposite to each other. Right, so now it's time to do the questions in your booklets. These two equations is going to help you to do the question. That's the hint I'm giving you. One equation is frequency equals 1 over time period. If you have time period, then you can easily calculate the frequency, just divided it by 1. And if you have two things like number of waves divided by time, and then you can easily get the frequency. So you can pause my video for 10 minutes and you're allowed to discuss in your partners, and you can do the calculation quickly. So you can pause the video for 10 minutes and come back for your answers. Good, well done. If you got all answers correct, here are the answers. You can pause the video again and mark your answers. It's easy peasy. You just need to divide your time, 1 divided by your time given to calculate your frequency, or number of wave passing. Like only question number 1 until 4, it's the same thing. For question number 5, you are given number of waves, which are 24, and time 4 seconds. So you divide 24 by 4. You got 6. That is your frequency. Remember to write the units. Well done. Now do a stretch and challenge part. Question number 6. Here is the answer for question number 6. If you increase the speed, it means more waves will be passing through that point. So when more waves passing, it means more number of waves. When more number of waves, it means frequency is increasing. So by increasing the speed of the motor, the frequency will be increasing. Here is the 7th question. Again, that equation is going to help you to find out the frequency. You can rearrange that equation. Now use the triangle method to see that what we are going to do. You can pause this video and then you play up around. You are given two values. Third value you need to calculate, and you can pause for 5 minutes and then come back for your video answers. Well done. So all answers are here. So if your answers are not correct, you can give yourself a try. Thank you. Have a good day.